What's going on, guys? Serial Entrepreneur here for another episode on YouTube. And for you guys today, I have something super special. We're going to talk about staying motivated with your business, with your venture, whatever you're doing in your professional career. Staying motivated is a hard thing to do on a regular basis. So if you guys are interested in figuring out what techniques I use to stay grinding every single day, stay tuned. We got some really cool ones for you. Here we go. Alright guys, so thanks again for joining us. If you guys are a brand new viewer, thank you guys so much for being here. Please subscribe so that way you can get all of this interesting information for entrepreneurs, digital marketers, e-commerce store owners, business owners, whatever you may be in this business world in your professional career. I promise you there's some content on this channel that's going to help you get to the next level. Also guys, if you're a recurring visitor, thank you guys so much for the support. We've been growing super fast here at Serial Entrepreneur. I can't even say my own name. We've been growing super fast here, and it's just been amazing to see all these new viewers come in. So thank you guys if you're a returning visitor, but let's go ahead and jump into the content. So staying motivated, what do I do? What are some techniques that I use? And what are some strategies that every entrepreneur, I can't say entrepreneur today, every entrepreneur should be aware of? All right, first thing you're going to want to do, and this is a big one that people don't think is what keeps you motivated, but it really does, because when you see the value end of it, you'll understand. So the first tip is to stay learning, keep learning. All right, why would keep learning, why would continual education keep you motivated? Well, here's the thing. When you actually go through a process of starting to learn something, or it's a new topic or a new idea that you've never discovered or you've never done some research on before, when you go through that process of doing the research and actually figuring out how it works, what's involved, all of that, there's some gratification that comes along there, because throughout the process of learning that particular item or learning about that material, you're actually starting from phase one where you know nothing, and you're working up to stages where you begin to become an expert, where you start to learn some things about that specific topic. That internally says, okay, good job, Jordan. You learned how to do this. You're that much better at this. It's just a gratification internally that you receive when you're learning, okay? And if you stay learning about digital marketing, you're only going to continually improve your skills, which means better results, which means more money, which means you motivated, right? All right, so continual education, guys. Always stay learning. And if you're looking for more learning resources about starting a business, outsourcing, digital marketing, all of that, just seriously check the description below. We have tons of free training links, other videos that we promote. Check my YouTube channel. There's tons of content there. Stay learning, guys, no matter what it is, whether it's podcasts, if you like blog articles, if you like books, if you like videos on YouTube, whatever it is, guys, find some resources that you can continually keep learning from and use them every day. At least 30 minutes to an hour a day needs to be spent on continual learning. So if you're in a course or something like that, do your course stuff, but there needs to be 30 minutes that goes into, newer education. So if you've already studied, say you're taking a course and you've already went through the whole Facebook section, there needs to be maybe 30 minutes, once a week, twice a week, where you go into new Facebook topics that you can continue to learn about. That's what I do with my business. I stay ahead of the game by continual learning, which helps me do better with business, which helps me make more money, which makes me motivated, right? All right, cool. Think you guys got that one. So number 2, what is the second thing? There are 8 tips to staying motivated. Number 2 is going to be peer pressure. All right, so what is peer pressure? You guys know what peer pressure is, but in the sense of running a business, in the sense of staying motivated, what it really is accountability, okay? This is really popular with I know AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, yes, that's what I'm talking about. They do stuff with accountability. People do accountability sessions with their weight loss if they're going to the gym. Why do they do that? And people have accountability partners for tobacco when they're quitting smoking. Why do you have an accountability partner? It's someone to keep you in check. That's what the peer pressure is. It's that friend of yours saying, hey Jordan, you need to be spending more time here instead of doing it here. I noticed you've been slacking off. And that little bit of peer pressure, that little kick in the ass by your friend, is what's going to put you and say, you know what, that friend is right. That's a good friend right there. Thank you for reminding me of what I need. Sometimes we just forget. So you need that reminder. That's what peer pressure is for. That's what that friend is for, okay? Get someone, talk to them and say, hey, I need someone who can hold me accountable. I'm trying to do this. This is what I want to do, and I don't want you to let me mess up on it, okay? So if I do, there needs to be some sort of consequence. If I do, I need you to take this from me, or I need you to, say this to me, or do this. It doesn't have to necessarily be taking something, but they can mention something. Look, I don't need you to be shy. Just come at me and say, Jordan, you're messing up. Tell me straight up. Be, honest with me and tell me I'm messing up. Have someone who's willing to tell you that to your face, and find someone who, it can take you and coach you into, not someone who's going to shame you. Oh, you're a piece of shit. You didn't do that. No, someone who's going to coach you and criticize you, in a way that's going to help move you forward. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So third thing, guys, that we're going to talk about is writing down your goals. All right. So if you're trying to stay motivated, you have to have an image. You have to have a goal in mind, right? The only reason you're motivated about something is to get an end result, right? Reach a goal. So if you guys aren't tracking your goals and looking at, watching your goals update, if you guys have ever purchased a stock, don't you like going back a little bit later and seeing the progress, watching it go up a little bit? You're checking in on the progress to see that increase that you're getting, right? All right, same thing with writing down your goals. If you're not tracking them, if you don't have a clear picture and idea of what you're trying to do, you don't see it, you don't ever see any increase or any momentum towards the final goal, right? So write your goals down so that way you can track them and you can actually, follow the progress of that task or that job that you're trying to perform, and you see it grow. That gives you that gratification. Again, it's all about gratification. You have to find ways to you have to find gratification in the things that you do, okay? Because if you're working all the time, it's work. It's not necessarily the fun things, but if you don't find ways to find gratification in the jobs that you're doing, you're just going to hate all the work you do, right? So you have to find ways to motivate yourself within that work. Maybe that motivational factor is, I don't know, at the end of the day, if you do well, you get yourself an ice cream. Whatever you like, you just need to motivate yourself, find ways, triggers, to basically trick yourself into wanting to work. That's really what it comes down to. All right, guys, so number 4 thing is going to be working in shifts. All right, so don't just go at it and say, all right, today I'm going to work 14 hours and that's it. No, if you're going to do a 14-hour day, you should break that day up into little parts. All right, so you do maybe, if it's 14 hours, you do 6 hours, and then 2 hours later in the day. But you do 6-hour spreads, and I'm not saying work 14 hours, that's a lot. And if you're doing that regular, you're going to hate yourself. But if you're working, I'm just saying, okay, let's make it easier. 10-hour day. If you're working a 10-hour day, break it out into 3-hour shifts and then a 1 hour at the end of the day. 1 hour spent on planning for the next day and wrapping up today's day. That's the thing. You guys have to start, working in shifts so that way you know when to expect to work. And that way you're also taking the proper amount of time to come back away from the work, escape it for if you're not getting any escape or any reprieve from the work that you're putting in, then I'm telling you right now, you're going to burn yourself out like that. Motivation is going to drop super, super quick, because if all you do is continually work, your body is not getting not even your body, but your mind, the state of mind that you're in kind of gets turn towards, I hate what I'm doing, because of the fact that it's all you've been doing. You haven't seen any fun in a while. So your brain starts to trick yourself into saying, okay, this is stupid and I'm not making any progress. I'm not making any money. It's not that you're not making progress. You made progress that day. You didn't make the 6-month progress that you were hoping yet. So be patient and understand that, just by working in shifts, by taking those breaks and setting clear times of the day where you're going to work, you're guaranteed to get more work done. You're working more efficiently, which means you're staying motivated. You're happy, right? All right, cool. All right, guys, so the next one is kind of more of a, not really a resource, but a trick that a lot of people use to trick themselves into getting a reprieve from work, but also getting something else done. So it's called the 5-minute rule. And what you want to do is, set up maybe once an hour, 5 minutes where you complete, random tasks like sending an email or messaging someone or doing a quick phone call. Make sure those little slots are planned out in the day where you have 5-minute reprieves from sitting at the computer and pounding away or creating graphics or shooting video or editing video. Get those 5-minute breaks in somewhere. It's pretty similar to the last rule or the last tip, but the 5-minute rule says, look, we're going to take 5 minutes and we're going to pull yourself away from the work stuff where you're actually fulfilling, managing, creating, stuff like that. And we're going to do something different. We're going to talk to a person. Talking to people can actually give you that little boost of energy again. Because when you pull yourself away from people, you're like, oh, this sucks. But talking and, conversing with a person, we need each other, right? People need other people. So getting that engagement with another human being, being able to relate to them and converse with them is going to give you that sense of realism again, like it's real life. You're not just a workhorse, right? So that's pretty much the 5-minute rule in summation. All right, guys, so the next tip we're going to talk about, number 6, is just simply setting aside a time for yourself, or time in general for yourself, like taking a vacation or taking an hour a day to do something fun that you really, really like. Like for me, what I call it my de-stress period, because like work, if you're continually working, you guys know you just get stressed with the work you got to do, the stuff you got to catch up on, the stuff you haven't even started yet, right? So you got to find a way to de-stress, to kind of take all of the edge off. And I'm not saying, go out there and get wasted. What I am saying is do something that's, that you enjoy, but that's going to reset your focus and get you right back in the right state of mind. So for me, I like to take like 30 minutes to an hour and go play a video game, preferably a first-person shooter, because I like to play first-person shooters. But that is what I like to do to get away from like the work thing. And while I'm at home or at the office, that's what I like to do to take that break and to get reset and remotivated. That little break, yes, it does kind of, sometimes put me in a point, I won't lie, it puts me in a point where sometimes I'm like, God, I don't want to go back to work, I just want to do this. But for the most part, it takes all of the stress that I had when I was working then, I reset myself, and then once I go back in, I'm ready to get back at it, and I actually, work more efficiently because of the fact that I took that break. Not to mention, you have to give your brain time to shut down and to recuperate, all right? So if you're sitting there and you're just continually working 14 hours a day, that means your brain's working 14 hours a day. It does actually do work up there. It's not just, I know people take it for granted that all these thoughts, all these words just happen, but it doesn't. Your brain is doing work, all right? So you have to give it a break as well. All right, guys, so the number 7 tip, really simple, reward yourself. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're not doing anything to, if you don't have a reward system in place, so if you're just doing all this work and you're making bare minimum because you're a brand new business, so you're not making a ton of money, you're not putting any time out and, just going and having fun, you're not going on vacation because you can't afford it yet, you have to find a way to reward yourself. So that reward, again, could be something like a small treat, or it could be a video game break period, something like that. But find a way to say, good job, self, you did all this work. And if you're not going to reward yourself, no one else is going to, right? So you have to be the first person. If you guys haven't seen Parks and Rec yet, one of the best episodes on Parks and Rec with what's his name, Aziz Ansari, and I can't remember her name now. But anyways, you guys know, if you've watched Parks and Rec, the episode where they're like, treat yourself. That's what you have to do. You got to treat yourself. Because if you're not, I'm telling you, no one else is going to. You have to be the one to say, good job, you did all this work. All right, now, what can you do better next time? What can we do now to keep improving? All right, take your treat, pat yourself on the back, move forward. That's all it is. All right, last part is going to be super simple, and you guys know this one if you ever went to elementary school. All right, your parents probably told you this before you took a big test, but is getting the right amount of sleep. And this one is one I struggle with, okay? I still struggle with it because my brain is always going. Even at 2, 3 a.m., I mean, my brain is going, and I'll go to bed at 2, 3 and wake up at 7 or 8, getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So that's the thing, guys. You have to get yourself better rest, and that's one thing I'm trying to improve on. I'm trying to get in bed by like 11 o'clock now, and I still sit on my phone and do other stuff for like an hour and a half, so I'm still not going to bed till like 12:30, 1 o'clock, but I am getting a lot better. It's not like I was going to bed at like 3 o'clock every single night when I first started doing all of this, because this is all I was thinking about. It's not that it's not all I'm thinking about now. It's just the fact that I know that if I don't get the proper amount of sleep, I don't work as efficiently, so I start heading to bed as soon as I possibly can and shutting down. It's not that I don't even want to go to bed half the time. I want to stay up. I wish I didn't have to sleep, I mean, really, but sometimes you got to do that. You got to get some rest, and so you have to learn to shut yourself down and say, okay, I need to recharge this, I need to recharge this, everything just needs to be, because everything is affected when you start losing sleep or when you're not getting the proper amount of sleep. So huge important factor for anyone trying to stay motivated. And again, that's the key here, because without motivation, you lose the drive to do all the work. You keep grinding even when you're not seeing results. That's when you need motivation the most. That's when you have to have something the most, because that's why most business owners fail. That's why most digital marketing owners, digital agency owners fail. That's why, just most businesses in general fail. They lose motivation in the project that they had this big vision for. And so if you guys want to see success, if you want to be successful, then you have to understand there's going to be failure periods. There's going to be times where people tell me no and I'm not getting what I want or what I feel like I'm worth. And there's going to be that, decision-making point where you have to say, all right, can I do this? I'm motivated, or am I? See, that's the thing. You have to be the one to say, I am motivated. I want to get this done. I know that I can do this. Even though people are telling me no now, I know that if I stick to it, that eventually I will get the result I want. Guys, persistence is dependent completely on you not giving up on yourself. If you are that quick to give up on yourself, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to make it as an entrepreneur. You're not going to make 6 figures. You won't make 7 figures. You have to be able to take it in the chin and keep moving forward, no matter what, okay? You're going to fail, so take that. Say, okay, it's a learning experience, not a failure. It's me learning something new, how to do it better, and I'm going to take that, learn, move forward, and say, okay, now this is how we're going to do it next time. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. I have some quick tips for you guys. We're talking a lot about staying, engaged, learning, getting involved with the community, all of that. We have our mentorship program that you guys have to check out. You get 50% off your first month, so it's only $50 for the first month, but we're doing 4 live training videos where you get to get on, talk to me, ask me questions about that topic that day, get answers to the issues you're having, and really learn how to scale your business. If you guys want to see the success that I'm having, my students are having, I have 3 students making over $10,000. One of them is making over $20,000 a month now. And then I have several making anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, several making $1,000 to $5,000. Like, that's the thing, guys. You can all do this. Like, I have students that are doing it right now, and they just started up to at most 8-9 months ago, because my course hasn't even been out for a year. All right, so mentorship program, go check it out, SerialEntrepreneur.academy. The link is in the description below. Again, you can get 50% off your first month. The code is MENTORS50. That's capital, all caps, MENTORS, MENTORS 50, MENTORS50. All right, you can get 50% off your first month, and you can join me and talk with me and get the answers you need to make the 6 figures, because that's the end goal, right? So thank you all for watching so much. Throw a like on this video so that way other people can figure out how they can get motivated and stay motivated, because these tips are all it takes. Like, it's not any more complicated than that. It really comes down to, are you doing them? Are you implementing them in your life? All right, guys. So I will talk to you on the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, Serial Entrepreneur out. Deuces. Ready to start living the 6-figure, work wherever, be your own boss lifestyle? Well, at Serial Entrepreneur Academy, we'll teach you how to use a laptop and internet to start your own social media and digital marketing agency. Get started with our free Facebook ads training. Links in the description below, guys. See you in the course. Serial Entrepreneur out. All right, guys. No, sorry. Head off scratch. All right. All right. Next rule we're going to talk about. Oh, wait. Actually, sorry. 3, 2, 1. A day, and what is it?